सोशल मीडिया पे कुछ लोगों की लाइफ देख के हम सभी को थोड़ी बहुत जलन तो होती ही है। ऐसा लगता है कि दे जस्ट स्पेंड ऑल देयर लाइव्स ट्रैवलिंग एंड डू नथिंग एल्स। Of course this is not true, but जब से मुझे ये पता चला है that there is a way that any of us can travel for free, it has completely changed my perspective. तो अगर आज आप The Secret to Travel the World for Free जानने के लिए तैयार हैं, तो चलते हैं फिर। तो आने वाले कुछ एपिसोड्स विल नॉट रियली बी अबाउट गिविंग यू अ लिस्ट ऑफ ऑप्शंस ऑफ हाउ यू कैन ट्रैवल फॉर फ्री। वो तो आपको गूगल करके मिल ही जाएगा। आई एम हियर टू गिव यू द रियल लाइफ प्रूफ ऑफ हाउ आई डिड द सेम एंड हाउ वाज माय एक्सपीरियंस। Being on the road for a longer time is a serious goal for many travelers. And as much as I love the thought of long-term travel, this kind of trip comes at a high cost. और यहाँ पे volunteer travel can be our savior. So basically, volunteer travel is a work exchange between a traveler and a host, wherein the host offers free accommodation in exchange for your time. And that's why I'm here to volunteer at an off-the-grid farm near Ooty. Run by Vishant, this place is easily one of the most gorgeous locations I've ever been to. This is where he grows organic veggies and herbs, and finally sells them in cities like Bangalore, Mumbai and Delhi. Apart from organic farming, Vishant also spends a lot of time in the kitchen preparing delectable dishes using produce from his own farm.
Killer place.
Enjoy it when you're here.
I thought your Red Hills property has got some commanding views, but look at this one. I don't know which one to choose, but it's neck to neck. Can't get any better than this.
You can enjoy both of them. So when I got back from the UK in 2014, I started this farm to grow organic vegetables here. So we got slowly getting rid of these trees. We're still keeping some for our fuel. Okay. And the rest we slowly getting rid of it and replanting it with more of the indigenous species and just creating an ecosystem for...
So this property has always been with the family?
Yeah. For 80, 90 years now.
But it was only 10 years back or a few years back?
About 6 years ago when I started farming. We converted the place to a farm and then we built a little pad where I stay at times.
You have got so many bachelor pads, don't you? You've got one in Ooty. I'm pretty sure you have one in Bangalore as well.
So there's a room where I stay when I'm on the farm. Got a little kitchen room and a couple of loos out there. And we also got some tents that we give out to people for the weekend. Okay. We rent out. Huts if you like, tents, huts, whatever. Yeah. Entire place runs on solar power. So these are our solar panels. There's a 1 kilowatt unit.
And that's sufficient?
Yeah, it's enough for what we want to do and all that. I've actually planted this, and this grass was developed by the Agri University in Tamil Nadu in Coimbatore, TNAU, Tamil Nadu Agri University. It was developed by them for cows, so it's meant to be very rich in protein, I think. So it's great for cows. Yeah, you see them. You see the little guys coming through. Yeah, but don't lift them up. Don't. Normally, I say pumpkin. You don't play with them when they are growing. You just let them grow. You don't disturb them when they are growing. So we don't plant pumpkins. So basically, when we buy a pumpkin from the market, the seeds go into the waste. The waste goes into the compost. And from the compost, when we bring the manure from the compost bin, all the seeds just pop up.
And what's your general day like when you're here?
I wake up kind of frustrated, angry, because in a farm there's so much work that needs to be done. So you constantly wake up in the morning and say, okay, why this needs to be done, this needs to be done. But by the end of the day, there's always satisfaction. You know, so much has been done. And you wake up the next morning again saying, oh my God, so much needs to be done. And then you wake up in the evening and say, good, so much has been done. So that's last 4-5 years, that's generally been my mood. You know, you feel, you wake up and you're like, why is this not done? Why is this not done? Why is this not done? But at the end of the night, you're like, oh, I'm glad that so much has been done.
But I think that's the best part. At the end of the day, if you're content or if you're happy with the progress that has happened. So
for me, it's always my evenings, generally my mood is far better. Or even Any other day, my mood is far better than in the morning.
So I'll stay away every morning from you. I'll meet you only after 9 or 10.
and even if you meet me in the morning, don't meet me before my morning cup of coffee. So it's
Or I'll get you your cup of coffee.
ideal. Shall we go down?
Man, what a place यार. इससे पहले तक ना मुझे सिर्फ रेड हिल्स के बारे में ऐसा लगता था, अभी भी लगता है, लेकिन समथिंग एल्स यार. द सॉलिट्यूड, एक अपना केबिन, सामने अपने फार्म्स, द मोस्ट किलर व्यू वन कैन फाइंड, और सोलेस. सीरियसली अगले कुछ दिन ना एकदम आई हैव नो वर्ड्स, अलग ही होने वाले हैं. पहले जाके ज़रा अपना हट वगैरह देख के आता हूँ, फिर मिलते हैं. ओके, तो जो हमारे हट्स हैं वो मेन केबिन से थोड़े से नीचे जाके हैं और देखने में ना बड़े यूनिक से लग रहे हैं. अभी अंदर जाके देखते हैं कैसा है. नॉट बैड एट ऑल यार. थोड़ा सा छोटा है लेकिन हैव अ लुक, काफ़ी क्यूट कोजी सा तो लग रहा है. और द गुड थिंग इज मेरा सर आ रहा है आराम से, सो दैट्स अ प्लस पॉइंट. और बाकी ठीक है यार, मैंने और शिव ने तो इससे भी छोटी छोटी जगहों में रातें गुजारी हैं, बहुत रातें गुजारी हैं. तो यहाँ भी बहुत ही आराम से काम चल जाएगा. शुडंट बी अ प्रॉब्लम. लेकिन मेरे को लग रहा है एकदम किलर चीज़ होने वाली है कि दरवाज़ा खोलें और व्यू देखें सामने. This view, man. Seriously. Pinch me, please. Please. Thank you.
The best part of breakfast is the view.
So how are mornings like generally for you?
Normally, I start slow. I like to take my time, have a cup of coffee, relax, have a slow breakfast, but then.
And when and how did you decide to become a workaway host?
I mean, I've always traveled, and I've always traveled to visit farms. That's the purpose of my travel, to learn about farming. Initially, I was on woofing, and then somebody recommended Workaway, and I don't know where the conversation happened. Then I used to work away. I used to go and work away to learn about farming. That was my.
And that's how.
And then I decided may as well become a host as well. Correct. Host.
And how has the experience been like? I believe you've got a fair amount of guests from different countries.
In fact, that brick oven was built by the British. We had the Australians and the British couple away with us for 2-3 weeks. They helped us build that.
So they built the entire thing. Finished it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And what exactly do you have you planned for me?
So we have some work to be done in the field. Okay. Mainly, we planted some oranges that haven't been taken care of for a bit.
Okay.
So we're going to clean that area, clean the area around the oranges, and breathe new life into the trees again.
But anyways, I don't know if I'm ever gonna get over the view, man. Thank you so much
No,
for having
well.
me.
It's a pleasure. Imagine, remember when you work, the view's still there.
But you need to
You
work.
need to work.
Aye, Captain.
Tell everyone that. So just have a look wherever you can identify it. Just be careful, not to cut these.
Okay.
Anything that looks like these bright leaves, that's the only thing.
And can you show me how to use one of these? And what's the purpose?
So one
All of
second.
these look different.
So yeah. So I mean, these are the same.
Okay.
So what we do is, did you hold these three? So normally with something small, you just go through the side, hold it in your hand. This way.
Okay.
Instead of going like straight on this, better to go at it kind of.
Okay. तो आज का काम ये है कि we have a bunch of orange trees यहाँ पे इस patch of land में, और हमें क्या करना है कि उसके आसपास जितनी भी weeds मतलब जितने भी unwanted plants जो उग गए हैं वो हटाने हैं। एक बात तो विशान ने सही कही थी, व्यूज जितने भी अमेजिंग हो, काम काम होता है। और भले ही अभी देखने में आसान लग रहा हो, मेहनत तो अच्छी खासी लगती है भाई। सांस फूल गई। ठीक है, नॉट बैड। एक और एरिया अच्छे से क्लीन कर दिया। हमारा ऑरेंज ट्री एकदम ऐसे खिला हुआ दिख रहा है। प्रॉब्लम यह है कि ढूंढना सबसे ज़्यादा मुश्किल है। एक बार मिल जाए तो ठीक है, आप धीरे धीरे अपने पेस पे कर सकते हो, बट कम वक्त मिल ही तो नहीं रहे हैं। कैसा चल रहा है? फूली हुई सांस, स्मेली क्लोथ्स और डर्टी नेल्स, इस बात का सबूत कि काम तो लड़के एकदम जोरों शोरों से कर रहे हैं। आप में से बड़े सारे लोग ये सोच रहे होंगे कि यार मैं छुट्टी पे जा रहा हूँ, मैं वहाँ जाके क्या काम करूँगा और एक घास काटूंगा, इस तरह के काम करूँगा। आई मीन आई एम अ बिग शॉट प्रोफेशनल। तो ठीक है, आपका सोचना लाजमी है, लेकिन अगर आप ऐसा सोचते हैं तो वॉलंटियर ट्रैवल इज़ नॉट फॉर यू। सी द बेसिक आइडिया बिहाइंड वॉलंटियर ट्रैवल इज़ कि यू वांट टू ट्रैवल लॉन्ग टर्म एंड यू वांट टू ट्रैवल ऑन बजट। तो प्लेटफॉर्म्स लाइक वूफ, प्लेटफॉर्म्स लाइक वर्कअवे, ये बने इसलिए हैं कि दे कनेक्ट गेस्ट एंड होस्ट, जहाँ पे होस्ट कैन पुट अप दे लिस्टिंग सेइंग कि हमें इस तरह के स्किल्स वाले लोग चाहिए। अब इट कुड बी समथिंग टू डू विद फार्मिंग, इट कुड बी समथिंग टू डू विद वर्कमैनशिप, इट कुड बी समथिंग टू डू विद सोशल मीडिया, फर्नीचर, एनीथिंग। और कई बार जनरल गेस्ट रिलेशन, बहुत सारे हॉस्टल्स अपनी लिस्टिंग डालते हैं कि you come over and entertain guests or be it our front office। होता क्या है उससे, it's a handshake। उनको they get people who can work for them for 4 to 5 hours a day and that's max। ऐसा नहीं है कि आपको पूरा दिन काम करना होगा। और मैक्सिमम लिस्टिंग में ऐसा भी रहता है कि कोई फिक्स टाइम नहीं है कि आपको सुबह 8 से 2 बजे तक काम करना है। आप यू कैन spread it across, थोड़ा 1-2 घंटे सुबह किया, 1-2 घंटे दोपहर में, थोड़ा रात में। द बेसिक प्रेमिस इज कि आप किसी नई जगह जा रहे हैं, यू गेट टू स्टे विद द लोकल्स, यू गेट टू ईट विद देम, यू गेट टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट डू दे डू, एंड एट द सेम टाइम यू आर हेल्पिंग देम आउट। So if that is something you are interested in, you want to travel long term, you want to travel on budget, and you want to meet locals, you want to live with them, understand their culture, this is the idea, or that's what we are doing. चलिए जी, आज के लिए इतना काफ़ी है. अब देखते हैं what next.
काम हो जाने के बाद विशान टुक मी अराउंड ऑन अ ड्राइव, वो भी थ्रू सच रूट्स दैट ओनली अ लोकल वुड नो ऑफ. और इन्हीं सब मोमेंट्स में लगता है कि ना बातें खत्म हो और ना ही रास्ते.
That was where the school flag went up. We came down there for Independence Day, flag hoisting, everything was done.
So, schools like Lawrence, or for that matter, Good Shepherd, Don Bosco. So these are the schools that, I don't know, I always found them fascinating in my childhood days.
Okay.
I got to hear, back then there was no internet, I got to hear about these schools through news or newspapers or BQC. I don't know if you remember BQC, Bonvita quiz contest. Yeah. So, and just the names, I found them really fascinating. And then when I read about them and I got to know that these are in hill stations, it could be a Shimla, Doon Valley, Ooty. I had that dream of studying over there, hostel life, living in the mountains. See, I've always been a mountain kid at heart. But for you're born and raised over here. So how has it been, the boarding life here?
I loved it. That's all I can say. I've got nothing to compare it with. I don't know another life to say it's better than the other. This is the only thing I know.
And Lawrence, I believe it's in your blood, right?
Yeah. My parents went to Lawrence. We all went to Lawrence, and I think more than anything else, they had no option. We're living in a plantation that the closest school is an hour's drive away. Yeah. The only option was being boarding. So I spent my life in boarding, and it's great. I mean, all my best friends, everyone today, the only friends I've got are from school.
What have been some of the best or the mischievous memories? Bunking and the bunking hideouts. I'm more interested in those.
There used to be a Chinese restaurant in Shinkos. And then there's another little two small cafes, one called Archie's. It was run by a lovely older family, couple, and they unfortunately closed a couple of years ago. And they used to make these egg cheese rolls. You used to get for $20 each. And it was like buy 3 get 1 free.
So you guys are always looking out for the fourth one to share.
The fourth one's small one, so like always 3 of us would put $20 each, and so I get 3.
And then the bonus one comes.
Bonus one comes, and so it used to be that. Most of my growing up days was either on school or it was back on the estate, on the farm. So it was never a city life. Never. So if you ask me my favorite spots in town, I'd rather show you my favorite walks. My favorite spots I used to go and hang out, take the dogs for a walk and chill there for the day and stuff like that.
And these are the best spots, When I say spots, I am never interested in sightseeing spots. That the viewpoint, the so-called Katy Valley viewpoint, and this point, and Dodda Betta Peak, doesn't work for
this
me.
viewpoint as well is good.
This is as good as it can get.
Living in a hill comes with its own sets of tensions and pressures, and the job has its own sets of drawbacks and stuff like that. So to get away from all of that, we go to Bombay. To get away from all of that, you need that break from your routine.
One thing that I can't stop thinking about is the visibility over here. I stay in Gurgaon, and imagine, we can't see the building right next to our society. And over here, this is visibility, I don't know, 5 kilometers or even more than that.
No, there are multiple reasons. One, pollution, all that, yes. But also you're higher up, so the air is a lot rarer. So light travels, I think light travels more because air is lighter. There's no water vapor, so you don't have that hazy fog, it's way more clearer. So you don't have all that issue, which happens at a much lower elevation. And yes, pollution is a big thing to blame. But another thing is just the fact that air is so much rarer here, visibility increases drastically.
But the thing is, there's an over-romanticization of life in the countryside.
That's true. Because we always showcase the joys. We always showcase the goodies.
True. There's a lot of
work, you
Yeah.
know, that happened. What happened? Like today, for example, I went to the Ooty house and there's a landslide behind my house. I've got to come and think about clearing it sometime. And it's broken the walls, the windows of my kitchen and other things. So it's like, in the city, you will not think about this, you know, but then here it's...
But no worries. Another cup of chai is on me, because with this view, I think we can let go of few of our tensions. Isn't it?
I mean, no. That tension is automatically gone. It's gone from my head. It's just the fact that now it's like, how do we get it fixed? No, that's a different story.
Yeah.
It is work that has to happen.
Yeah.
So now we've got to dedicate time. There's no more tension. No, I'm not feeling good or bad or anything about it. There's no emotion attached. So it happened. I saw it. It's gone.
Move on.
Move on.
Cheers
Get
to
the
that.
job done and move on. That's it.
इन 2 दिनों में ना सिर्फ मैंने इस जगह और यहाँ के काम को समझा, बट आई ऑल्सो बिकेम फ्रेंड्स विद विशांत, एंड ऑन हिज पार्ट ही एंश्योर्ड दैट आई एम कंफर्टेबल, वेल फेड एंड नॉट टू ओवरबर्डन्ड विद वर्क। आने वाले कुछ दिन कैसे होंगे वो तो वक्त ही बताएगा, बट ये तो तय है कि मेरे इस पहले वॉलंटियरिंग एक्सपीरियंस की शुरुआत काफी प्रॉमिसिंग है।